the fuck? So if you're wondering, but you're just sitting there wondering, what the hell is this freaking thing you're spinning? I saw Dylan Francis had one of these, and oh my god, my ear itches. And I asked my brother, I'm like, hey, yo, brother, what's this thing? And he's like, hey, man, that's a fidget spinner. Or, yeah. So you're gonna see me playing with this thing the entire time. If that annoys you, I'm sorry. That's not what this video is about anyways. Like, I mean, I bought this thing for like 20 bucks, and if you want one, I could put the link in the description if you want. They're pretty cool. They're pretty fun to just sit here and dick around with instead of just, you know, if you had a pencil or something, you just sit here flipping in your pencil and whatnot. I just like thought, you know what? Try to be hip, you know, what the cool kids are doing these days. I just saw the movie Split. That movie was, A1 steak sauce. M. Night Shyamalan was very on point with what he did. I think this is one of the first movies I've seen of M. Night Shyamalan. Remember, I'm the worst film major there is. So, with that, I still know how to still know what to look for in a good movie. And I think this movie went at it in a very, very, very good way. It cut to the chase very quickly. Okay. Let me just tell you this right here, right now. This video is going to have spoilers in a sort of a silent kind of a sense. Nothing crazy, but I mean, if you haven't watched the movie and you're gonna see it and you don't want to know anything about it, don't watch the damn video. Like, come on. God damn it, I keep hitting this freaking thing! So, spoiler alert. I'm talking about a movie that you might or might not have seen, and you might or might not want my opinion on it. So here we go. So like I said, it cut to the chase very quickly. It's very quick to when you see in the trailer where the girls are in the car and the guy just like comes in and sprays them with the spray, the knockout spray, chloroform. I'm guessing. I don't fucking know. I'm not a serial killer, or am I? That is literally the first 3 minutes of the movie. Like, they're in like a Chuck E. Cheese or something, they're chilling out, and they had a birthday party, and one girl was not supposed to be invited, but she was invited anyways because you couldn't invite everybody else and not her and make her feel bad. You know, the classic story that we all are on the end of and don't actually know why they don't want to invite us in the first place, but then they end up inviting us and we sit there awkwardly as everybody else has a great time and we're just sitting there all by ourselves wondering, are these even my friends and why am I even here? Did I even have to buy this girl a birthday present? Would she even notice? Or is that just me? But either way, so that was within the first 3 minutes. They get in the car and then the guy like sucker punches the dad or some shit. Actually, like chloroforms him out and knocks him out, and this guy just gets in the car and then he takes him. It jumps like real quick to the chase. Like, it was very, very quick. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that it wasn't very, very wishy-washy in the beginning and it's like, oh, let me just like build up these characters. No, you don't have to. The whole movie, throughout the entire movie, progressively introduces you to the characters, especially the main character. Cassie? I'm pretty sure her name is. Let me double check on that. Let's go. IMDb. Oh, shit. IMDb. This is exciting. No. Yeah, Cassie. Casey. Google. Oh no, I'm just gonna say Casey. Throughout the movie, you kind of learn what her whole backstory is, and progressively through her flashbacks and stuff with her uncle and hunting. Like, when I first saw like the flashbacks and stuff, I was more focused on the hunting than anything because that's all they talked about. They talked about killing, which at first, when you first watch it, it doesn't really. At least for me, it didn't click right away about like killing and whatnot, and it really wasn't even about that. It was about like, it low key was about like the alpha male and like it like in Chronicle, like the supreme animal will kill the lesser or whatever, and that's why we don't feel bad about killing a fly, because you're superior to it and it doesn't seem like it's important. So that was kind of like a low-key thing that they were trying to, I think that they were trying to put through. But nevertheless, I digress and I move on. The movie was able to really convey different emotions through this one character, through Hedwig, through Dennis, through Barry, through all these people, through Kevin, the main guy, who hosts these 24 different personalities within him, that all have separate abilities and personalities, which is multiple personality disorder, and that's a normal thing that happens. I don't know if it's to this extent. I have never been around anybody that had multiple personalities or that had the disorder. I have never been in contact with anybody or ever learned more than just what the name and what it entails. So I don't know to what extent its realisticness, if that's a word, is in this movie. So I'm just gonna say that it was relatively realistic in my sense of like knowing just the bare minimum of what the disease or what the, in this movie, the ability is. So where was I? Damn it, Spinner, you're freaking making me lose my train of thought. Or are you? Or are you helping? But either way, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Okay, where's my spinner? Okay, there it is. Cool. Alright, so where was I? Oh, yeah, Hedwig. So, and Hedwig and Dennis and all of them, I think I think the actor who played that did a very good job of displaying that each of them were different characters and all the it was very, very cool. And the way that it was written, the way that M. Night Shyamalan wrote this and produced this, gave me a sense of like acceptance of what was going on with this character of Kevin, what was going on his side, all the above, even to the extent of the monster at the end. Sorry if you didn't want to know that. Your fault, not mine. But so even with at the end, after knowing all of these like small minuscule things, how like one personality could have diabetes and another couldn't, or even to the extent of one character having good eyesight, because in the movie you see Dennis wearing glasses while a few of the others do not need to wear other glasses. I don't know, they only show you like 6 of the 23 different personalities, which, I mean, understandable, because, oh my god, to show 23 different people in one person would be a lot, so sticking it to 6, M. Night Shyamalamalamalama Ding Dong, you know exactly what the hell you're doing, to not totally confuse, but also to challenge the viewer. So, with that, towards the end of it, when the monster finally comes out, after learning all these different little things and seeing what quote-unquote the mind can do, and even within this movie's realm and with this movie's reality, it was believable to an extent. You know, like, it's the mind can only go so far, understanding that, but question is, can it? And I think that's what this movie was entirely, that was one of the things that this movie was trying to show you, and try to bring a message, bring forward to the table, and be like, hey, here's this, what do you think? This is what I think, and or it's not even what I think, what M. Night Shyamalan thinks, but it was very interesting in the way that they brought about how powerful the mind can be, even in a quote-unquote disorder. And kind of bringing that to light and bringing it to a positive rather than a negative, showing that the capabilities of a mind are could possibly be far greater than what we have seen in our own studies, even in the actual reality that we are living in right now, that you're watching. You're sitting there, you're sitting on the toilet, I don't give a shit, you're shitting me, because you're taking a shit while watching. Oh, dude, it's a shit show. Woo! But either way, it was cool. And all in all, that was cool. But on another note, another message that I think Shyamalan was trying to get across was the idea of being a quote-unquote broken human being is a good thing, and it's like a bittersweet thing, because within this movie you saw that sorry that this is going to tell you the final part of this whole movie, but the 3 women die, the 3 women being the doctor, the therapist, and the 2 other girls that were taken with Casey. And Casey is the only one that survives. Personally, I am thankful that not everybody survived. I really am, because I was going to sit back in my seat and just be like, wow, how cheesy is that? Seriously, though. So his ability to kind of go against the norm of like, oh, everybody lives, whatever, or like they all survive, because for a moment there, you think, damn, they're going to get out of this or something's going to happen. But Shyamalami, you got me. You done got me. You tricked me into thinking that, but in the back of my mind, I was kind of hoping that they didn't live. As awful as that sounds, but it would have just been a different twist. It wouldn't have been as cheesy. So even with that, getting back to the topic at hand of what I was trying to say is that towards the end, it showed that being a broken human being is a good thing in itself, because you're able to identify with, I think it's because you're able to identify with all sorts of people, and in the end, it'll help you survive better in this crazy thing we call this world. Towards the end, you figure out and you find out through the flashbacks of Casey that her uncle molested her, and her dad died, and then her uncle took care of her, quote unquote, because it's not really taken care of when you play animal and you get all naked and you have a little girl get all naked with you, and that's pedophilia and that's molestation and that's not okay. So after figuring that out, you yourself and also the animal, the monster that is of this movie that is living within Kevin, figures out that she is not perfect in the way that society conveys perfection. So in his eyes, she's perfect because she has been torn apart. She has been broken. She is not the typical my life is pretty damn good kind of girl. So with that, he identified with her, and she was also, throughout the movie, you see that she's able to identify with this child. She's the only one that is actually putting forth an effort to understand, even with the mind, the slightest ability, because of how crazy this whole movie and how, if you put yourself in that situation, how far can you go with somebody like that, in the context of the movie. So with that, she was the only one that was trying to figure something out, to try and understand what she's dealing with here, while the others were just like, we have to attack this guy, we have to move, we don't understand. They're just freaking out, while she, having the background and being molested, does not really equal being able to understand multiple personality disorder, but the ability to sympathize with that, and in the end, having that be the deciding factor of her living or not was very interesting. It was cool, and I hate that my description of it was cool, but it was very interesting. It was very well thought out, and I saw it coming, but not soon enough, not too soon, that that I was just like anticipating it the entire movie. It was towards the end that I was like, okay, this could happen, but with everything that's been happening throughout the entire movie, with everybody dying, even like I didn't think the therapist would die. I thought he would just escort her out and she would try to do something, but he would be too close. But that was just my way of thinking of how the movie was going to progress. But it went on, and how it went on, it surprised me either way with what it did and how it killed people off and how it progressed. So anything could have happened, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed not being able to predict every damn move that happens, and I thank you, Shyamalan, for that. Sincerely, I thank you for not giving me another movie that just is too damn predictable. And I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I don't know what else to say about the movie other than go watch it for yourself. Watch it once, watch it twice, watch it a couple times, watch it with some friends, watch it by yourself. You know, take a time, because the girls, not gonna lie, the girls in that movie were pretty. I like Casey, the girl who played Casey. Her eyes were relatively far apart, but it was kind of attractive. But on that note, I'm about to spin my mother-sucking way out of this film. Thank you for watching. If you'd like, leave a comment. Let me know if you've seen this movie. If you haven't, I'm sorry if I spoiled anything, or if you're welcome if I helped you want to watch this movie. But if you already watched it, leave a comment and we'll have a conversation about it. I like going more in depth. It kind of kills me. It kind of kills a lot of movies for me. And I've had conversations with my parents and with my brother about this, about watching any movie is, while being a film major, you sit back and you tear it apart while it's in, while it is being shown. But and with this movie, there are small things that I saw, but overall, I was able to engulf me into the movie and into the experience, and I wasn't really able to take the time to really point out the flaws of the movie or anything. Camera shots were really cool. The more things that brought me out of it were the different aesthetic shots that were taken to kind of emphasize a certain metaphor or whatnot, like the overhead shot of the monster in Kevin's body running from underneath the street lamp. I thought that was cool. I don't know what the meaning of it is. If you know, please tell me. I just thought it was aesthetically pleasing. Also with the whole Wes Anderson kind of shot that of like centering everything, and also even the one that stood out to me at the beginning was the shot where the three girls were first put in the bedroom, and the camera is set perfectly in the middle of the room, and there seems to be a divide, and it shows you the different. It's like it's a visual depiction of these girls are different than this girl. You're gonna find out why. Just give it some time. You don't worry about that. So it was a lot of cool things, but this movie was able to keep me engaged, and I really don't have many bad things to say about it. I know this whole video was a bunch of good things, so if you have any bad things, let's have a conversation. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, please. I would love to do more of this. I'd love to show you my spinner. If you want to just have another video of me just sitting here spinning away, I wouldn't mind. Just do this for like 5 minutes, just staring deeply into your soul. But either way, thank you for watching. Sorry I had to pee in the middle of it. Sorry my spinner might have been a little bit distracting. I hope it was out of the shot. Or actually, I hope it was in the shot. But if it wasn't, you know what? I'll cut my losses. But thanks for watching. Again, it's the 7th time I've probably said it. But talk to you next time. God bless.